Okay, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And please tell us how is going to be the impact of artificial intelligence to the customer service?
I think that customer service is uniquely adapted as a problem to be impacted by artificial intelligence. There's a lot of work that happens in customer service which is automatable. You know, we all have experiences of using Siri on our phones or bots or these kind of things, and that kind of technology can help certainly begin the conversation with a customer. There's also an opportunity to automate a lot of the repetitive work of customer service. So a great many interactions in customer service are repeated. If you think about the inquiries about a lost password or changing credit card details, they actually, for many companies, make up the bulk of inquiries that they receive. You know, they get a small number of very difficult inquiries that need people, but there are a lot of repeatable inquiries that they can classify, and I think machine learning can help respond to those. And then the final way that we see customer service being altered by machine learning is the fact that machine learning can use the capabilities of big data. And most customer service departments most contact centers are very data driven. They have a record of every interaction they've ever had with every customer, you know, details of the customer, you know, details of all of the solutions they've ever proposed in the past. It's hard for one person to have all of that context and use it, you know, on the phone in that moment talking to someone. But it's relatively easy for even a small artificial learning system to be able to respond in a way which is driven by the learnings from hundreds of thousands or millions of previous interactions. And so, you know, your customers can get great responses either recommended to the agent or find them for themselves by using that pattern matching ability on top of big data.
Why did you say that loyalty can be by these loyalty programs?
I think I was saying that, like, it's often a mistake to think about real customer loyalty in terms of membership in a loyalty program. I'm a member of a number of loyalty programs. The airline that brought me here, I'm a member. This hotel, I'm a member. But loyalty is driven, I think, by, you know, one's interaction with the product being the hotel or the flight, and the experiences that one have with the brand, right? How much do I trust the brand? What do they create a lot of friction for me in terms of the difficulty to contact them, the difficulty to get an answer when I need an answer, and these kind of things. And I think a lot of brands make a mistake of thinking that they establish a loyalty program so that you get, you know, your 10th cup of coffee is free, or you know, you can buy a free mileage flight from time to time. I think we often confuse that kind of loyalty program with actual brand affinity, as we would call it. Like, of the loyalty programs I'm a member of, maybe let's say 20 that I use, I only really have brand affinity to 2 things or 3 things, right? And I think real brand loyalty comes from, you know, great product, great service, great experiences.
Okay. How do you imagine the interactions in 2020?
Customer service interactions? Yes. I think the customer service, I think that we are going to become tuned to using different channels to talk to brands. Like right now, the phone, voice calls on the phone still make up a major portion of all contact center work. And then it's email. Like there was a shift from, you know, only telephone to email. Email and phone are both what we call asynchronous. Email is an asynchronous method. It's digital, which is really convenient, but it's asynchronous. Social is out there in public, and then phone is personal but time consuming, and, you know, you can only be on the phone when you're on the phone. I think that sort of messaging, sort of bot interactions are really useful, both for the company providing them and the customer. The customer can go and use a bot interaction, and it's honing down your problem to the exact issue that you're having in a very efficient way that we like to see. And and then machines, artificial intelligence can kind of suggest and help you find solutions and do these things, and then maybe if that doesn't work, you escalate to a human being, and a human being steps in. So I think what we'll see are the primary means or method by which people contact brands being driven by, probably a messaging channel on our phones like Facebook Messenger, WeChat, WhatsApp, and a conversation been had and that conversation can be totally automated, or it can switch potentially to a human being if I'm not getting the answer that I need. But I think that's how most conversations will be driven.
And what about the agent? Do you think they're going to be very few agents? They're going to disappear as many think?
I do not think that. I think that if we look at history, the introduction of computers didn't replace all white-collar workers, right? Workers in knowledge. The introduction of the steam engine actually gave employment to people in factories. It didn't take it away. And so the nature of work changes when there is a technology shift or technology revolution, but there isn't necessarily a total replacement. McKinsey say that only 4% of jobs are fully automatable. And I think for the rest of us who are not having our jobs fully automated, I'm not sure what it is that I do, but I'm pretty sure journalism is going to be a human-driven endeavor in the future. But for the rest of us, I think hopefully those machines are making us smarter, more effective, and more productive. And in customer service, I think what most brands are going to be able to do is focus more on the experience for the customer and managing customers in a great way, in a way that now only the most exclusive brands can afford to. Because not every company can provide high-touch, high-value service for customers having problems. And it's going to be possible in the future that the nature of customer service changes so that the activities of customer service agents are higher value for the consumer.
And what would you recommend to have a good self-service?
Good self-service, I think, is driven, good self-service is something that you create and have to manage and have to learn from, right? It's incredibly important that the consumer only enters the information that they need to once. It's incredibly important that you have written all of the content, all of the knowledge-based articles, all of the web pages that are needed so that 90% of the time people should be able to find the answer for themselves. Maybe they can't execute on the recommendations on their own, but they should be able to find the answer, and it should be out there published. And I think a lot of companies underinvest in that self-service portion. If you think about a contact center, the flow of tickets comes and comes and comes, and maybe there's an agent knowledge base which is getting enriched, but it's not always reaching the end user. It's not always getting translated into all of the languages that your customers speak. And it's incredibly important that you do that. Once the knowledge is available, I think then that's when artificial intelligence can help and really drive customers to the correct response, to the right answer, and help them self-serve. We find that the majority of people actually prefer self-service as an experience, right? 76% of us would rather find the answer for ourselves. I'm one of those people. I see it as a moment of defeat when I have to pick up the phone and call someone to get help. I should have been able to find the answer.
And what would you recommend to the companies at this moment to be in all this revolution? How can they start this?
The journey?
The journey, that's right, for a better customer service.
For better customer service, I think it's, at Zendesk we think a lot and we talk a lot about what we call journey mapping. Mm-hmm. And that's taking, a new customer or, someone who's just trialing or an existing customer and thinking about when they have a particular problem, what is the timeline that affects them? What is their point? What is their path through that journey? And then at any point, software can make that better. You look at where they drop out of the journey, where things get too tough for them. And I think most companies should analyze the journeys of their customers as they try to get help, try to buy a new product, try to extend the product that they have. And software is available hopefully, they'll look at Zendesk, but there are other companies out there building solutions to help give their customers a better experience.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.